Hello everyone, War here, and welcome to yet another gameplay commentary on my Dual Wield Duelist. But today it's going to be a little bit different. You have seen me use dual strike all the time with this build. Talked about I can use pretty much any weapon and any melee skills except a few options, other skills I can't use. So I'm going to do that today. Normally you can see me have like melee splash and dual strike, and then added fire damage, multi strike, and then the support gems I get from Ring of Rain. But today we are going to try out Frost Blades, Wild Strike, Infernal Blow, Viper Strike, Ground Slam, Glacial Hammer, and Static Strike. Keep in mind that my build is not optimized for use this skill, for example, which is an AoE skill, not even this one. So it's going to be a mix up and see how well I can use other skills my build is not really optimized on. And I'm going to try it out on a fairly high level map, this tier level Springs map. Pretty high level map, and I'm going to have vulnerability on me. Then we're going to have a shit ton of critical strike, chance, multiplier, attack speed. They are relatively dangerous, this map, so it's going to be interesting. So let's try it out. So let's start by using our first skill. I think I'm gonna take Wild Strike actually. And the only reason why I have a weapon elemental damage with me, because Wild Strike is an elemental attack skill, so I'm using weapon elemental damage because I don't need a melee splash to this one. And the reason I have another Ring of Rain with me is because this is a full red linked item, which I need to some of the other skills later. So let's try it out. Have some good damage actually. See if we do some damage. That's pretty good damage. Not as my main skill usually do, but definitely good enough. It looks pretty cool when I'm using Wild Strike because it's a pretty awesome skill to look at if you ask me. Clear out the enemies in here. Yeah, let's find some more enemies before I change skill. Actually, let's get rid of that one. I need to lower the sound a little bit. Here we go. I'll take that chromatic orb. So let's kill these enemies as well, and then I'm going to change to use. They are bloodlines enemies. Yeah, get out of here. And as you see there, the enemy here hit pretty hard because I take more damage because I have vulnerability on me and all of that. So let's change skill. Let's try out Frost Blades now. Again, I don't need melee splash for this one, so shouldn't actually use Blood Rage because I have vulnerability on me, which means I take more damage from it. It's easy to sustain if I just attack an enemy, but if I'm standing still, I take damage. Actually, I want to say that Frostblade do even more damage than Wild Strike does. And keep in mind, this is not a crit build. That's the reason why you never see me crit, because I can't crit. But I reckon Frostblade is actually a really good choice if you're playing like a dagger build or something like that. Frostblade would probably be a really good choice. They could now probably build this build to a crit build if you really want, but it doesn't going to be a dedicated crit build. But Frostblade, definitely a good choice. I'm not gonna try out Cleave because, as you probably know, I think I already have a video when I try out Cleave, but I'm not really sure. We want to try out some of the more exotic melee skills, at least exotics for me. Let's kill these enemies up here as well, and then we're gonna change skill again. Thinking about doing something like this for a long time now. And now you can see the DPS for my my Frostblade without Blood Rage. With just the buffs. So let's change our skill to something let's try out the last dexterity skill games I'm gonna try out. I'm gonna take my Viper Strike out for spin. And I'm going to change to have Melee Splash, so I can hit more enemies. Viper Strike is actually one of those skills I've pretty much never used, so... Let's see if I can do some DDN on the enemies. There are far better setups than the one I'm using right now. Let's see if the DDN can hurt them. It actually more looks like I'm actually killing them with the initial melee attack. See, they doesn't take that much damage. They are doing more damage just by attacking them, but it's fun to try out. It would be really interesting to use this skill against a boss actually. Maybe when I'm gonna fight a boss in this area, I maybe actually gonna use this one for that reason. Sorry for the Skype in the background, I forgot to turn it off. Let's find some more enemies, then we're gonna change the skill again. And I'm gonna try out the strength skill games. Decent right there. We'll take that one later. So, we change our helmet. And let's put our main support games here. Yes, I'm going to have Melee Splash. I'm going to try out Infernal Blow. I have used Infernal Blow with this build a really long time ago, so it should work just fine. They did a change to Infernal Blow, so it no longer explodes everything, or it does it? I don't really remember. But it works pretty well. See if we can find some more enemies. Do some pretty good damage actually, if I can be honest. So let's try out something else. What should we try? Let's take some of the even more strange skill game. I'm gonna use this Static Strike here, which are a melee AoE. And when I think about it, do I have an reduced duration? I have increased duration. Well, that will not help me a lot. So let's just have an elemental weapon damage on it. But increased duration would be a much better setup for this skill. I really love when you have this kind of high attack speed. All this lightning just coming around me. But reduced duration is a lot better choice to something like this. So I can see what I'm doing. Then the lightning will hit faster, and less duration now actually gives damage as well, so should be useful. I can't upgrade them anymore. I don't have too little dexterity. But let's change it to something else. Let's try out Ground Slam. But to use Ground Slam we need another weapon, so that's the reason why I have this mace with me, a pretty powerful mace. So I'm gonna change my sword into that instead. And I'm gonna put Leap Slam in it, so I still can use Leap Slam. See if we can find some enemies to bash with this weapon. It doesn't do a whole lot of damage with my build actually. It can do it, but it's not even close to the damage I imagine it would do. So Ground Slam, not the best choice to this build, if I'm honest. I'm gonna see if it drops item. It can drop a very expensive item here if I'm really lucky, which are the Doctor. But I'm not gonna talk about that right now. So Ground Slam is not a hit, so I'm not gonna use that. Let's try out our last one before we're gonna take normal one, which are Dual Strike. I'm gonna try out Glacial Hammer. And again, you need a mace to use Glacial Hammer. For obvious reason. So I can't use my trusted welding blade, so I've used my another trusted thing, which are Leap Slam. This one definitely doing some damage. And if I'm gonna be honest, I am starting to work on doing a real Glacial Hammer build again. It was a long time ago since I did my last very old Glacial Hammer Templar, so I think I'm gonna do an update to that. And maybe even a completely new build for that. Here we have the boss. Actually, you hear what I said before, I want to try something, try out, what was it now? Viper Strike against the boss. Just to see how much stacks I can do on the boss. Multi-strike and weapon element. Weapon elemental damage is pretty useless against that, so let's have that one. Why are my character... Oh, whoa, shit. I forgot to equip the sword. Can't use that weapon with a mace. I was thinking, why can I not move? Alright, let's see what's happened. Doing some damage. Put some more chaos in it. Definitely a good, actually, definitely a good choice against enemies which have a lot of energy shield. That works pretty well. So as the final one, let's try out my main skill I always use, which are Dual Strike, and compare it to the other ones. This is my favorite skills. And clear out the rest of the map with my normal skills I'm using. Which do absolutely a ton of damage. So the best skill I have ever used to this build, I think that Cleave would be close to this one, is actually Dual Strike. I think the Dark Forest map, because it is the most powerful one. But that is mainly the reason that the build is not optimized for the other ones, because it's not an elemental build. But always fun to try out, and you can use the other ones. Glacial Hammer works quite well, as you saw. But because you can't crit, Glacial Hammer are a little bit limited in its potential, if let's just say it like that. Oh, look at that. Actually, I want to say something other update before I do anything else. When the new Prophecy come out, the new update, I'm going to do a new build guide for this one. It will probably be quite similar to one I already have, so don't expect a whole lot of difference, and the normal build guide for this one will probably still be relevant because not that much of a change actually, so it's going to be quite like what it already are. But I'm going to do an update anyway. And actually, could try out Flick Strike, but I can't generate enough endurance frenzy charges right now, so I don't think it's a good idea. Well, anyway, I hope you guys like this short video when I try out some different skill games. Tell me what you think about the different skills in the comments, and I thank you all for watching.